Nathan, congratulations through to the next round of the Winmore World Masters. On paper, that was a very tough test. Was it tough?
Well, the 1-4-1 to win the first set was a bit of a kick in the knackers. Yeah, it was a good shot, and he started really well. I think I played well in that first set, but very quickly I realised that I was playing too slow. I don't know what it came across like on the TV, but I sped my game up in the last two sets, and yeah, that was what I noticed in my game. Yes, I was playing well, but I was too methodical. So I made a conscious effort to speed my game up, and then the darts were flowing, and I played lovely.
Do you think the qualifiers have an advantage? They had a whole day of playing this yesterday, and coming here where you guys are a little bit undercooked, perhaps compared to them.
No. I've had 3 exhibitions. I've been in Bahrain and Saudi. Maybe to some of the other lads like Dolby, or the lads that haven't been on the World Series or whatever. But no, I'm fully prepared. I'm warmed up, and yeah, there was no advantage there.
You started the season with a real intent where you look focused. Obviously, the darts are there, like you say, they were flowing. Do you feel this is going to be a big year for Nathan Aspinall?
Yeah, of course. I keep saying it. I'm defending absolutely nothing all year, and I know that. Already now, I've knocked 10 grand off my 47 that I'm defending. So I'm only 37. I've got to make 37 grand by October to be where I'm at now. So it's going to be an exciting year for myself. I feel like I'm playing really well. It's probably the best start to a season I've ever had. I think out of my, what have I played? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 matches. I think I've had 4 Tumple Savages. I probably hit 4 all last year. You know what I mean? So I'm feeling good. I'm feeling relaxed, and looking forward to a big year.
I haven't seen you smile this much in ages. Is this just not forget darts, but just in yourself? Is this the best you've felt in a long, long time?
I think it's just been a lot of change in my life, in my career. Obviously everyone knows now I signed with Modus. That was a big switch for me. I've been with Martin for 8 years, and we had an amazing 8 years together. But we've made the switch, and it's new, it's exciting. You know what I mean? It gives me that fight and that energy to want to perform for Modus. You know what I mean? I want to prove to them they signed the right guy, and likewise I'm getting married to Kirsty this year. There's so much to look forward to this year, and I always smile anyway, but I've got an even bigger smile this year.
Congratulations, buddy.
Cheers, mate.
Congratulations tonight, Nathan. Talk about that sort of mental headspace you're in. Does it feel like a fresh start with everything that's been going on last year?
It really does, you know what I mean? It's blessing in disguise, probably not getting the Premier League, I'm deadly honest with you. Gutted obviously, but I think it's going to do me more good than not being in it. You know what I mean? So I'm just excited for a really good year. I feel great in myself. My life is fantastic. Everything's fantastic. I'm producing fantastic darts. It's very early in the season, but I've kicked off really well. Normally I'm really rubbish at the start of the season. So yeah, let's see what happens.
How much did you know about Shane before the match?
I knew he won the BDO Worlds, and I knew he won the tour card this year, and I knew he was Irish. But you know what, he was a nice guy. We had a chat before the game. He was a really nice guy. But I'm up there to do the job, and that's what I did.
When you see all the new names coming onto the tour as we get with Q-School every year, does it sort of take you back to those earlier years when you were on the tour and you were sort of fighting for your place at the lower end of
Nah, you know what, obviously I've got a few mates, and I always look out for them, but I don't really. I used to always watch darts and religiously challenge to all this, that and the other. I don't really bother anymore. I'm made to do myself, my own thing, and obviously I always see who wins this and who wins that, but I don't follow darts religiously. Obviously Adam Hunt was a good mate of mine. I was keeping my eye on him. John Henderson, Steve Beaton. As soon as they go out, I don't watch it. Yeah.
Nathan, well done.
Thank you.
You said there that not being in the Premier League will be a blessing for you. Have you always had that attitude, that sort of glass half full attitude, where something doesn't go your way, you look at the positives? Was that sort of you, this new Nathan Aspinall mindset?
No, I had it last year. I sat down, obviously everyone knows that I speak to a sports psychologist, and we sat down before the announcement whether I was in or not, and I don't want it, and he was like, you do want it, you're playing the best every week, and last year was different to this year. I was defending a lot of money last year, I'm defending nothing this year, and Kirsty, she was like, this would be the best time to miss out. You got your wedding, you got nothing to defend, you put 462 exhibitions in with Jason, maybe not being in the Premier League will do you the world of good, and you got to take the positives from situations, and I'm like, not being in that means I can play all the Pro Tours. I played 8 out of 34 2 years ago. I played, I think it was 7 out of 14 Euro tours. I've got a free roll this year, you know what I mean, and I'm playing well, and you know, I think the sky's my limit. As long as you turn up to him.
If other players have been through what have you been through, do you think they'd have bounced back like you? Because it's like everything you're saying sounds really positive.
Yeah.
I guess it's hard to have that mindset with everything that has happened.
I think the game of any individual sport, you have to believe in your own ability, you have to believe, you know, you're going to have ups, you're going to have downs, and the type of guy that I am, you know what I mean, I just appreciate what I've got in life, you know what I mean, and how far I've come, you know, from nearly ending my career to having dartitis, to being rubbish at darts, to then being good again, you know, it's ups and downs, it's a roller coaster, you know what I mean, and it's how you handle that roller coaster. People handle it better than others. I'm very mentally strong. I've got so much help away from the board that more than anyone will ever understand. I work so hard off the hockey. I keep saying it like a broken record, but I have to. If I don't do that, I won't be able to do what I do, and I love this game. You know, you hear the reception again out there, unbelievable. Wherever I go, it's amazing, and you know, that's what keeps me fighting. And it's been a good start to the year, but it's January. It's a long way to go this year.
You almost sound like the people's champion now, doesn't it?
I am never going to say that, and if I do say that, you can take the talk card off me. I don't want it. Cheers.
Congratulations, Nathan. When the draw obviously was confirmed and you had Shane McGurk, is that sort of a blessing or a curse because he's more of an unknown quantity to you?
No. You know, obviously, I didn't know him as well as a lot of the other players, but he's clearly played well to qualify. You know, I was trying to explain to my dad how, because I was playing Qualifier 5, how it works, and brutal. What a brutal day that must have been for him. And fair play, he's obviously played well all day, consistent to get through, so he's obviously playing well. He's in a good match, he's just going to talk hard as well, he's in a good headspace, but you know, obviously it was a favourable job, I'm not going to sit here and deny that, but I've still got to do a job, and he started off like, that 1-4-1 was unreal, you know, that was little standard, you know what I mean, so I knew I was in the game after that set, but I handled it well.
And after that 1-4-1 goes in, is it important to then put the pressure on him and sort of expose his inexperience on that big stage?
Yeah, and I think that's what happened. I really do. I think, you know, consciously in my head I was like, right, when a moment happens, you need to get. Because I felt very flat at the start of the game. I think it probably came across. I felt very flat. I was conscious that when something happens, you need to get your adrenaline pumped up. I think I don't even know what I did, a 180 or took a shot out, and I gave it a little one of them. The crowd then all of a sudden started supporting me, and I could see him wilting a little bit. But yeah, it was a good game of darts. He played well, and I'm sure he's going to have a fantastic year.
And said the same to Chris Dobie earlier, fresh management. Does it feel like a fresh start for you?
100%, you know, wow. I've had Martin for 8 years, and God, we've had so many ups, so many downs, not with each other, I mean in my career, and he's been an absolute amazing guy. He's changed my life for sure. But you know, for both of us, it was time to change and time to move on. You know, he had his own agenda. And yeah, there was only one guy I was going to go to, which was Jason, and he's the best in the business. And you know, already so far, I just feel it's just exciting. You know, when you have a job for so long, you know what I mean. Barty's been doing this for 20 years. You know what I mean. He's got to be sick of this. But now, when you've had the same job for so long, or the same manager, or the same repetitiveness, sometimes you need to freshen things up. And it was about time that I needed that. And yeah, I've gone with a fantastic team of people, and I think with their help and the way that I feel, we're going to have an absolute unreal year. Thank you.
I know, but 105.8 average, 63% on the double. That is pretty much as good as you could have possibly hoped for tonight.
9 dart would have been nice, and 110 and 100% on the doubles, but I get what you're saying. But no, honestly, I think the best thing I've noticed this year so far is my finishing has been fantastic. Normally that's my weak part of my game, is my finishing. I'm pretty pants at doubles normally, but so far this year my finishing's been great. Listen, it was the first major of the year. I've started off with 106, I round up before anyone says out. 63% of the doubles, convincing performance, very happy.
Fantastic. And you say it might be a blessing missing the Premier League. Will you be actually catching the Premier League when you're watching it at all?
Absolutely, not a chance. My Thursday night can be better spent than watching 8 guys play darts.
and finally, you spoke about working as a sports psychologist. What sort of work have they done, and what sort of things have improvements have you made?
Yeah, I'm working with sports psychologists, I'm working with a hypnotherapist, but what goes on is to be private, my friend.
That's absolutely fine. Thank you so much, mate.
Thank you.
Yeah.
change your